Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Connor LUFC 6-7. And today we've got the Premier League predictions yet again, as it's midweek this week where everyone is playing. So it's going to be fantastic and fun. And let's get into it. I've got my lucky hat on, so let's see what happens this week. And what I think is Bournemouth versus Everton. I'm definitely not reading that off a notepad. So Bournemouth lost to Sunderland in the last minute. Everton got smashed by Newcastle. Teams nearby. So I think this one calls for 2-2 draw. Who will be the goal scorers? I'll let you figure that one out. Fulham versus Manchester City. Now, because I am the second coming, I predicted Fulham to beat Tottenham because I am not confident in Tottenham whatsoever. And it's not the team I'm not confident in, it's the manager. The manager just... He's got too many good players. He needs shit players and, workers. So I think it doesn't really suit him having all those good players. When you give a manager too many tools, sometimes it's more tools than he needs. So yeah, I think Fulham, they're in a good run of form. And they've won the last two. Man City obviously got really lucky against us and they were quite poor in the second half. And do you know what? I think it will be a 1-1 draw. I genuinely think that Man City are not on top at the minute and they're bottom. So literally they are rubbish at the minute. So yeah, 1-1 and I think it'll be a goal from Kevin Tete. I think that's his name. I hope it is Kevin Tete. And a goal from Erling Haaland. Now Newcastle versus Tottenham. This game is quite a big game for both of these teams. Both of them need to win. Because Newcastle need to carry on that momentum. And Tottenham need a win. And do you know that calls for? Newcastle win. Sorry, 2-0 Newcastle. I'm not confident in Tottenham whatsoever. And I think it may even be Thomas Frank's last game. So yeah. Rest in peace, Frank. And mind the gap, you tosspot. Arsenal versus Brentford. Now, Brentford have impressed me this year. They had a bad start. But they've actually got a decent manager who actually knows what he's doing. And he's Irish. And I don't mind the Irish. I've got a bit of Irish in me. More Scottish. But still, I like him. He's probably the best Irish manager since whoever Leeds had a few years ago. I can't even think of Irish managers, to be fair. But, Arsenal are a good team and they win every week, but do you know what? I'm going to go for another 1-1. I think Brentford might hold their own against them and they're going to sit back and it's midweek and everyone's getting tired and fatigued and maybe that will work to Brentford's advantage. But let's see. So Brighton versus Villa. Now I think Villa are due a loss and Brighton, do you know what? They're going to be in the top 10. I don't think they'll get Europe, they'll just miss out, but they're a good team and when they played us, they absolutely... I was impressed with how they played. They just play a really nice style of football. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Brighton with Jorginho Rutter bagging them both. Haha, Villa, have that, you toss. Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Now, the problem with Burnley at the minute, they're rubbish and it's just shit. They've got Kyle Walker and that's it. And Palace are a nice team. I like Palace. I respect them. And I think it will be back to winning ways for Crystal Palace, A 1-0 win against Burnley. 1-0 like Wolves, just can't be doing with them. Versus Forest, Nottingham Forest, Brian Clough FC. Now Forest, do you know what? I like Sean Dyche and I like what they've done. I was speaking to a few Forest fans in York last week of all places and they didn't actually watch the Liverpool game because of 3 PM blackout. I'm like, have you not heard of the dodgy fire stick method? Anyway, I don't have one, I'd never get one. But honestly, I think Forest at the minute, they hit or miss, and they've obviously won the last 3. Probably most likely tired from Europe, was the reason why they lost last time out. So do you know what? I'm going to go back to winning ways for Forest. I'm going to go for 2-0 Forest, because Wolves are absolutely rubbish, and they just don't deserve to be in this league or a championship team. And they can go play Bradford City next year, not like Leeds because we're staying up 7th. Literally, Leeds versus Chelsea scum. I hate Chelsea. They can go wash their mouth out. I can't be doing with them. I just watched the LUFC Lewis documentary last night and it got me ready for this. They are absolute scum. I cannot be doing with Chelsea. I may even go to this game because I do not like Chelsea. I've never liked them. I didn't like them in Mourinho era. My first season of football, Chelsea won the league. 2014-15. But do you know what else also happened to Chelsea? They got beat 4-2 by Bradford City. How can you be a club if you're getting beat 4-2 by fucking Bradford at home? Honestly, you sad acts. I don't even care it was 10 years ago and you basically have no players now what you had then. I don't care, it still happened. You got beat 4-2 by Bradford at home. Bradford. Bloody Bradford. I can't be doing that. You're getting absolutely smashed. You know what? 3-1 Leeds. Call me delusional. But when it happens, you're gonna call me the next coming, the second coming. I'm literally gonna be the next Pope. I am a disciple of St. Peter. Watch Liverpool versus Sunderland. Funnily enough, my mate, when he was about 10 years ago now, in February, just checked. It went to the last game where, well, not the last game, the game before the last, when Sunderland stayed up that year, 2016, where Adam Johnson, we all remember him for the right reasons. He's come on and scored in the last minute when Jermaine Defoe scored a few minutes later to get a 2-2 draw. That's when Liverpool were going through their banter era, but they may be going through right now unless things start to improve. But honestly, I think Sunderland, they're due a bad patch. I think they've been absolutely fantastic. No disrespect to them, they've been fantastic. And I wish Leeds would have done the same. But I think that it's a step too far against Liverpool, and I think Liverpool will see this one out 2-0 again. Manchester United, it's not the game of the week, it's the worst game of the week. It's Manchester United versus West Ham. And Man United is just appalling. Like, they would, who cares? But I think I actually need them to win this one. So for the first time on this channel's like fucking 4 video history, Man United are going to win. No, they're not. They're going to draw 0-0. I want it to be as boring as possible for them because I just don't like them. I hate Man United and I don't like anything about them. And they can get absolutely, all of them can just get eaten and beaten and get sent to Johnson. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this week. I've had to rush it a bit, but that's just life. Sometimes you have to rush things. But thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and send to your nan and your gran and all your fam. Goodbye.